Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Cave Convos. I am one of your co-hosts, Bear, joined by
Freddie!
and
Jeff Grizzly.
this is in fact episode 4. We've had 3 of these already, and we're not stopping yet.
Hell no.
We had a little bit of a hiatus, I'm not going to lie. We went on vacation, and we don't all live in the same town, so it's very difficult to record in those circumstances. But once again, we are back. And we're going to be back for a while, I hope. It should be back to a weekly schedule.
Should be smooth sailing.
Wonderful.
Hell yeah, back to a weekly.
But
Now it's Thursdays. It's got to be
Yes.
Thursdays now.
that was what it was supposed to be originally. And I'm glad that we're going back to it because it just feels right to me. I don't know what it is. Like,
Yeah.
if it was Friday, that would have been almost too good.
Mm-hmm.
But it being on Thursday, it's like,
I can't do Friday.
Actually, I think it is better than Friday because on Friday, I go home on Friday.
yeah.
You
So
know?
this is like
This is like Thursday. I got
right
nothing.
in between getting into the weekend and working.
Yeah, this is the perfect time. We gotta get this time slot.
Because it's the part of the week where I need something, man. You know, Friday is Friday. But this, I need something on Thursday, man.
Something to get you that week.
This is an opportunity
Something to look
to,
forward to.
it's catharsis. Because you've gone, what's supposed to have just been 6 days, but now you've gone almost a month without the opportunity really to speak your mind freely. And you've got some things to say, Jeff.
Yeah.
So, where shall we begin?
Shall we begin?
Me and Jeff were actually talking about the most powerful bear.
We were talking about
The most powerful
bear.
bear. Okay,
That was-
this is
that's
Cave
a good
Convos.
discussion.
And I said it was the polar bear.
I agree with that.
I don't know very much about bears.
I don't really either, but
I don't. Why do you say it's the polar bear?
because I feel like they're like the most like just vicious. Am I wrong with it? Like they don't kill, like they kill everything in the Arctic, right?
They're the largest.
The largest
bear.
bear as well? Oh my
Mhm.
goodness. All right. So things are really going in their favor here. It's the wrong favor in a way because I don't know if they'd like to be known as violent. I don't know. Maybe they're nice people at heart.
No, they're awful. They're
Really?
nasty guys.
They're
Look,
even worse than orcas.
black bears, you can go, "Hooga, booga, booga," and they'll run away.
Huh? Okay.
And grizzly bears, if you play dead, they'll be like, well, fuck that guy, he's boring.
Good. Good.
Polar bears are just like, it has been nothing but cold for my whole life, and you are warm.
Yeah. So they're basically like. I was going to say something horrific. I'm going to stray away from that. It was partially racist. That's why I don't want to say it.
Really?
What was it about black bears?
It wasn't about black bears. It was actually about polar bears. Regardless, having now learned this information about the polar bear, and not only that, but the fact that the other 2 bears are willing to leave you alone.
Hmm.
Why do you think? You said the cold. Do you think there's any other reasons that these polar bears are so damn mean?
I think relatively, it's because every other bear is an omnivore. So if that grizzly,
They're the only ones that are only carnivores.
I don't know, but here's what I'm saying: is that let's say I piss off like a grizzly or whatever, and I get his attention, and I fly on the ground. He gets bored. He's gonna fuck off and eat some berries off of like a bush or something.
Okay.
What is the polar bear gonna go off and eat?
Snow?
Yeah, you're gonna lick snow.
It's
Call
all
it a day.
snow, man. They gotta eat meat.
They need it. They need
They
it.
need the meat. They can't. I mean, they need the meat.
Pause.
Pause.
I mean,
Arby's.
they don't care though. They really. We have the meats. That is a good
They
commercial.
need the meats.
Classic.
Yeah, the polar bears need the meats.
Oh, yeah.
I'm convinced. I'm going to be honest. I don't even have anything to add to this. I think that you've pretty much summed it up. I mean, what else is there to say about it? They're pretty much evil.
Well, my point kind of related is that I think black bears have the best. I think because they're the best adapted to like human living. I think the other ones will go extinct first.
I see.
How
We did
so?
though.
How would they go extinct? Just by humans just absolutely gunning
We're
them
gonna
down?
no,
Yeah,
we're gonna,
just the environment. If they get ruined,
yeah, we're gonna
go.
encroach in the land. So the bear that lives best with humans is the bear that's gonna outlive the others.
Yeah. True.
They're the only ones that know how to do like flip latches and eat through our trash,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they can be
But
trained.
to say something about that, I think that if we were to live in the Arctic, I think that the polar bears might still be able to flourish out there. Like we wouldn't be going out in the Arctic and like chill, like yeah.
They're part of the reason we can't even go out there, man.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
So that's what I'm saying. I think that polar bears they could adapt to living in human life. There's a reason that we don't live with polar bears.
But even with like the 100-day-long nights, which is a weird sentence, and the fucking sub whatever temperatures,
Yeah.
like the constant blizzarding. If you somehow get your tent set up, I mean, there's still polar bears, and people have been attacked by polar bears going up north. I heard a story about a bunch of campers that were just living like somewhere cold. It wasn't quite up in the Arctic, but I think it was like northern Canada,
Okay.
and they were camping out, and a polar bear comes over and just starts fucking shit up, like eating the people, and like nobody can stop the
Yeah.
fucking polar bear.
It's like the
They don't
cocaine
have
bear,
guns.
but it's
The
just
guy-
a
like,
normal
think
The
about
polar
guy
it.
bear.
did go and get the gun, and like he kills the bear. And you know what's the kicker? Is that was an old ass bear. That was an old man polar bear with rotting teeth.
So that was the worst of the worst, pretty much. I guess a cub theoretically could be worse because it's less massive.
Well, that's why he was attacking, because he couldn't hunt.
I see.
It's all
So-
about necessity, man.
Yeah, they are.
They can't get the berries.
They're very brash, aren't they? And it appears as if they only have one goal, and it's just to satiate
survive,
their
bro.
food.
Oh man, I mean the seals up there are the same way. Arctic seals, or leopard seals specifically. There are seals that don't, but there are leopard seals which are like they're like tanks, man. They're huge.
Do
The
they fight
closest,
polar bears?
probably not, but it's the closest thing to a plesiosaur. Man, I'm telling you.
I'm not sure what that is.
That
Is it a Pokemon?
that water dinosaur with the long neck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, okay.
I switched to biology.
Really?
The elephant doctor.
You're a biology major?
Yeah,
Shit, I didn't know that. I knew you were switching. I forgot you were.
I did.
Was it as a result of the elephant doctor?
Yeah, that kind of made me remember, like, dude, I love this shit. Like, I love animals and stuff.
Right. I got a similar feeling when I took bio too. But I feel like, I'm committing. Whatever. You
So
know,
much math.
it is.
In biology?
So much math.
Same with computer
But as
science.
soon as I get done with the math, if I can get good at math, I don't have to apply it ever again. I'll find a job that doesn't need it.
Same, but that's not the case with computer science.
No, that's all math. Computers is all math.
But it's the
Math
future.
is like-
I guess everything's math.
Yeah, in a way.
Yeah, but they're like math machines.
Fibonacci sequence. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
It's the golden spiral.
Well, that's polar bear. The most powerful bear.
We are
But the
the
first,
polar bear of fucking podcast.
the most powerful bear, but I think the first that's going to go extinct.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah,
not
I
looking
mean-
good, is it? With the estimations of climate change and stuff like that,
True.
it's not looking good. But I think, I don't know. I feel like species nowadays are in a pretty good position because we'll just clone your ass. We don't care anymore. If we completely ruin an environment and the species just capitulates because of us, we'll just synthetically recreate it.
But that's a billion, million, trillion years of evolution brought into stasis by our meddling.
Right.
That's
I'm,
not what they would have wanted.
I'm not saying
What, the
it's a
animals?
good thing.
They want to fucking reproduce. They don't want to
Yeah.
be kept in a lab where they're going to remain the same forever.
True.
Because competition is what creates that biological change in them.
But like, yo,
And it's
that's the
natural
thing.
as well.
Yes.
That needs
We're the
berries, man.
competition.
They
Think
don't-
about it.
if
We're
they
the
don't need-
competition.
Yeah, no, but we are not competition. We're fucking
We're-
tank to a
yeah,
Yeah,
stick.
we're not competition.
We're
We are
something.
comp.
We are
It is not
We
comp.
fuck them. We are the
Yeah.
storm, dude. We are the fifth extinction event. Fourth, I don't know. Either way.
That is true.
I mean, technically, you could look at every species extinction as a separate extinction. In which
Yeah.
case, there would have been, hundreds of thousands.
I'm
Really?
referring up large scale, like dinosaurs, Ice Age, and whatever the other ones were.
Jurassic Era.
Did you know that I feel like I'm talking too much into this, but did you know that the T-Rex lived closer to humans than to the Stegosaurus?
That's how long that period lasted, huh?
So long we had
So the- wait,
dinosaurs.
So the Stegosaurus never interacted with a T-Rex? Is that what you're
Never, millions of years apart.
saying? Damn.
So to think that humans who have only been around for, I want to say, 200,000 years, we've changed the world this much. That's,
The power of the hippocampus
yeah, dude.
and the brain.
Yo, you think that if
No
something
idea.
happened, like the asteroid that like wiped out dinosaurs, you think that would wipe us out too? Because it wasn't just an instant wipe out for the dinosaurs.
So,
like,
all right. So, like, I think it was like at least like a third. Like, it impacted like a third to a fifth of the entire world, just the impact.
yeah,
alone.
yeah, yeah.
And then the smoke got the rest of them.
Really though? Is that true?
Yeah,
That's-
like the tsunamis, the tectonic like shifts and stuff.
the smoke. I thought like just
Volcanoes
over time, like there
erupting.
just wasn't
No,
enough.
dude, it shook everything.
I didn't
it
know
woke
that.
up the earth. It
The
was crazy.
the
I didn't know
smoke-
that. I thought like over time after it happened, like a lot of shit. Like it killed a lot of shit. But I
Yeah.
thought over time after that there was just nothing.
Yeah, and
Well,
smoke.
it's not that there was
nuclear
nothing so much as it was there was a lot less, definitely. I'm pretty sure it was like everything in the waters were fine for the most part.
They're like sharks and crocodiles, unchanged.
Right. And
Like, that's
And
not
yeah.
crocodiles be fucking insane.
They were around for
plants,
very,
dinosaurs,
much longer than we were then.
insects, I mean so many species, yeah, were completely and utterly wiped out.
Hmm You know what humans can do that dinosaurs can't? We could tell that shit was coming.
Yeah.
We have, maybe not perfectly, maybe not as well as we'd like, but we have enough that we can just start going underground.
Yep.
Dinosaurs couldn't be going underground, they're too big.
And they were not thinking like, oh, a rock's coming
Yeah,
at us.
they were looking up at that shit like, I wonder if there are any berries around.
They are. I wonder actually what goes through an animal's mind when they witness a natural disaster.
I probably can't even comprehend it.
They have. I mean,
Actually, no, that's probably not true.
they have to be able to feel like the force of it, though. Like they are very reactive and sensitive to things like that.
Well, because whenever like an earthquake or something happens, like way before the animals start acting weird.
Yeah, before storms even.
They know
animals are
something we
aware.
don't.
So yeah, I wonder if
Maybe that's maybe yeah, maybe they
Okay.
is that us?
It better not be.
Yo. No, that ain't us.
You can't just stir up the podcast.
What the hell
This
is
is an
that?
important podcast.
You got
No,
ding
what
dong
were we-
ditch.
The room next door, I guess, got kicked. I don't know.
What were you even saying? But the dinosaurs.
Yeah, we're talking about dinosaurs. Dinosaurs.
No, yeah. Ah, fuck. What was I gonna say? Yeah. Oh, so yeah, animals they like sense it a couple like a little bit before we do.
Yep.
That's their instincts.
They know something we don't.
But like we don't know it, but we can predict it with our technologies
Yeah.
in advance.
Well, it could also be too. Like we're still animals.
Yeah.
It could be that we have those senses. It's just they're so like we're just preoccupying them so much with everything else that we're doing.
True.
And you can really only predict an earthquake so far. Like every time an earthquake happens in Japan, they're totally caught off guard by it.
Which is very. I mean, they're an archipelago, so they should really invest in tsunami protection. I'm sure they do, but like, I'm trying to think of my knowledge of city planning, the infrastructure required for a tsunami. It is impossible. It's impossible. You're not stopping that. Especially Japan, when it's pretty much in the middle of the ocean. You know,
If you got steel and enough weight, and like, I think in a triangle shape is the best. I read that somewhere.
yeah,
I
but
think that.
you have to think about too the scale of it. Because like when they were running these tests, it's like it's for a single town, right?
Right.
But you're talking about for the entire country. Like the amount that would cost for one, Japan can't afford it.
Right. Because they build their houses out of paper.
Yeah, and they also they don't even buy chairs; they just sit on the floor. So.
Right. So they're already like there's nothing to stand on when it gets wet.
Yeah, that must be really unfortunate. The tsunami comes through and you have to sit on a soggy floor.
Well, but yeah, I mean, the buildings like skyscrapers, they never go down. Water is
Yeah.
just going to take the path of least resistance. It's a lot of pressure, but like, so yeah, maybe sweeping up the water, like sweeping up cars, sweeping up people is easier than going around them. But going around a skyscraper, maybe the windows will break, but not the metal.
It
Speaking of
depends
this-
too on the height of the wave. That's pretty much like that's pretty much the only thing.
Yeah.
Skyscrapers are very strong at their base.
Mhm.
The higher up you go, though, the tsunami could knock that bitch over.
Yeah, I wonder how like the Burj Khalifa, the real tall one, the stupid one in Dubai.
Yeah.
I want to know how that would do. It is
Probably
triangular.
blow it over if you're at the top.
Yeah, like, but it gets wider as you go down.
Oh, I did not.
I mean, all buildings.
It's
seem
triangular.
to.
They do?
No, unless it's a rectangle.
I was about to say.
But-
We're trying to say there's
And
no
I'm saying
rectangular.
triangular buildings though. Like a
You're right,
triangular
though.
building, it'll get wider. That's why triangular buildings are the best at blocking tsunamis.
That's
Even
true.
though with rectangular
But do
buildings,
they
like,
block the tsunami?
the newer ones in Boston and New York, these American cities,
Mhm.
when they started trying to beat all of what used to be the highest skyscrapers, they started doing what you said, and they would make the wider bases and stuff.
Mhm.
So like, that's
Doesn't
a really
the
good
Empire State
technique.
Building
Yeah.
have like a big
Hey, I
like
mean-
thing and then a thing in the middle that goes up? Like the ground, like the lower floor of the Empire State Building.
It's a little bit wider.
Is it? Yeah.
I'm
And then like
pretty
in the
sure,
middle of it, it
I think
goes
it's
up.
gotta be.
Yeah.
The fucking Egyptians did it, they built the pyramids. They knew it was up. Those shits
Pyramids.
lasted for 1 billion years.
They're still here.
They're still up.
They're still here. That's incredible to me that, like if you were to build a house 100 years ago and you didn't touch it, that thing would
Yeah.
it'd be melting pretty much.
Somebody would have like taken over your country and like smashed all your houses, all your rectangular buildings.
You can't smash a
You
pyramid.
can't smash a pyramid. You can try.
People.
Out in the desert like that, you can't smash that pyramid.
Oh, yeah. I guess you could bomb it, but even
Yeah.
I was
still,
about to say you could bomb it. You could take that shit down if you wanted.
yeah, but like
it's not invincible. But the triangle is the way to go.
triangle is very powerful.
The triangle
Holy
is the way
Trinity.
to go.
You gonna make a triangular house?
On a triangular hill with my triangular wife.
Really? That's
Give her a
deep.
triangular way.
Triangular picket fence.
There it
Oh
is.
my God.
It'd be like Geometry Dash.
Yeah, I'd have to jump over the fence every day. I'd die if I touch it.
That's
If it's a
great.
triangle. That's the dream.
I have to do that actually because I have a little puppy, and we have to get this gate because at nighttime if he goes out, that's pretty much instant death for him. He'll get mauled by something.
Yeah, same.
So we get a gate, but every time I'm coming home, I have to step over this thing, and sometimes it really gets the best of me.
Mm.
Sometimes I've really almost eaten shit, and
This is in your house.
it's not in my house, it's outside my house on our porch. So we go up the stairs, you take like 1 or 2 steps, and then you gotta go over the gate.
Yeah, you're gonna get to sit on the triangular fence. That's a huge part of me getting over a fence. I put my buttocks on it and I flip my leg over. But if it's a triangle, you gotta be a pro.
You can't do it. Well, you could just go to the lowest point of the
Yeah,
whole
you
triangle.
just go in between the triangles where it goes like that.
It's just not as good.
It's not as good though.
It's still more of a
At that point,
deterrent.
it's just a
As
step.
a matter of fact, I don't think that would work very well as a fence.
It wouldn't.
Well, I had a wooden fence when I in my old dog between like the kitchen and the living room, and it was like a wooden fence my dad built because that's how he is, and it was triangles, and she used to always like put her paws up on it and like scratch the paint, and like we really could not get her to stop doing it. And then one day, her paw gets caught in between the like lattices of the fence of the posts, and she starts like screaming and barking, and I like slip her out of it, and she never did it again.
I see.
Yeah, that's what dogs will do. They learn.
They learned.
They learn on
The
their own.
triangle deterred.
Yeah, that also happened to me, unfortunately. I got my head stuck in a bed frame. Never put my head in between a bed frame again.
Yeah.
And then
They
again,
gotta
I
have
don't
it
know why I
made.
did it the first time, to be honest with you.
I guess the moral of this conversation is that whether it's a building or a fence, whatever you're trying to destroy or get past is only as powerful as what you're trying to stop.
Isn't that like Isaac Newton's laws, bro? Like an immovable object or something?
I don't know. I'm not a physicist, man. I don't do that.
He said something like,
Yeah.
what would happen if an immovable object then,
Unstoppable force.
yeah,
Yeah.
it would be held, they'd be held to pay on this earth. No, but you know what I want to bring up at this point? You said alligators. I'm still like thinking of this. You said alligators were around a lot longer than us.
Millions of years. Hundreds of millions.
And like it's not just them. There's probably other ones too.
Sharks.
How come no other like species has even like developed like I don't know how to
They
say
haven't
it,
evolved.
like not evolved because like
Well, since they
I'm
haven't
saying like
changed much,
how
huh?
because when we're the same species that was hitting rocks together, but we didn't evolve, but we like unlocked. I don't know how to
Well,
say
we
it.
have better like spatial reasoning and like larger brains.
You know what really.
Yeah, but like, there's
And
no
the
way
humans-
over all the time they've been there, they can't talk to each other and like share any ideas in all their fucking
Freddie,
years.
they don't have a written language.
Yeah, but
So
they,
as soon as one
that's
of them
what I'm
dies,
saying. They can't make a written language after
they
all.
don't have
these years.
fingers. What they're gonna? What are they gonna do with their fins? For instance?
But like, okay, apes then, like they haven't been able to like they actually probably have in a way like
they
in their own groups they
every
have
species has a language, or
No,
at least
no,
they
but, like-
communicate with each other.
like it
Yeah, that's
passes
actually
on
it.
like throughout their generations
That's like
though of
yours.
like technology. That's what I'm saying. Like how come no other? Because technology for us was at once a literal rock and stick together as something as
I
you use
might
it.
have an answer for this.
How come no other like things like have advanced technology?
Did we talk about
AKA
why
rock and
beavers,
stick they use.
why beavers don't build better dams?
I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast.
I'm pretty sure we did.
So, well, aside from humans building better tools, probably fucking more, but aside from that, beavers, let's say they let you get a beaver, a wicked smart beaver, a mutation in the brain. An Einstein or Stephen Hawking of beavers is born, and he's like, "You guys are dumb as shit. We could have been doing it like this the whole time."
After that, it's gone.
And then he teaches the other beavers, maybe? No, he doesn't teach the other beavers because he can't. That's my point, sorry. Is that beavers can't teach. Humans can teach. The Wright brothers.
I don't necessarily believe that.
The Wright brothers. They're remembered as like the airplane guys, right? They built the worst fucking airplane ever.
Yeah, it was
But
pretty
they
bad.
taught the next guy how they did it, and he got better at it, and he taught the next guys how to do it.
I think that I feel like you see animals and shit, dogs. I feel like my dog has in a way taught the other dog
Definitely.
how to behave around humans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I've seen that, and like so they can teach.
But they can't write books on that. They have to teach them themselves.
True.
That one beaver would have had to teach all beaver, or at least a whole bunch of beavers, which would not have the ability to teach. Maybe even not even
But like
the
that's
ability
the
to
thing.
learn.
We were that at
he's
one
teaching.
point. That's what I'm saying. That was us at one point.
Right. So if
Where it was, we were theoretically looking back on it, like, how the fuck did these dumb motherfuckers transfer ideas to each other when they're sitting there like, dude, like that?
Oh, yes. Human value.
Yeah, I mean, it really is because we did evolve a better brain, but like, I'm not thinking beavers should make airplanes, but like, you think that a beaver could like,
at least build a better dam.
yeah,
But they can't.
it's crazy.
Well, I mean, there's a lot that goes into that too. Like, how much is a beaver trying to experiment? You know what I mean? Like you said.
Yeah, they don't have time for that.
Yeah, that now I'm thinking about it because a way of us, of like us being able to like technologically advance, like we only do that because we're at a state where we're kind of like stable.
Right.
We don't have to worry about our
Like
survival.
imagine trying to learn coding without a house.
That is true.
It's tough.
without a
Or no
meal.
food.
Like you wouldn't be thinking about code.
No, you're always going to be thinking about how hungry you are.
True.
That's why people kill people. They're not thinking about them. They're thinking about how hungry they are.
And now that I think about it even more, but if you give a monkey, in the thing I'm thinking about, or it was like an ape, if you give them like, one of them a life that they don't need to worry about that. I saw a video of two motherfucking monkeys fighting an ender dragon. Like they were competing to see who could kill it first. Like it was like the bare basic shit. And there was other people like helping them, and they tried to just like hit that shit once or whatever. But like they were playing Minecraft on like a touch screen.
Well, hold on. Were they competing, or were humans en masse competing by trying to control the monkey's actions?
Well, I guess you're right, but like they were still, regardless of the competing part, they were playing Minecraft and that shit. In a way.
Do you think they like comprehend? I guess there might be some level where they.
I don't know if they
comprehend
comprehend it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they definitely don't know they're playing Minecraft, but they can see that there's like,
Push buttons.
it's almost like a fabricated spatial awareness.
Mm.
Like they, in their minds, they're looking at reality, and it's just like contorted right here and there.
Well, you said there was like people watching, like giving it like treats and shit.
I don't know if it was.
Like,
I don't know.
like donations and stuff. Because what I'm
No, there was like
what
other
I'm
people in the
thinking-
Minecraft world. Is what I
in
meant.
the world.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I'm trying to think. Like, did they incentivize the monkey? Like every time he killed
I think
a
they
zombie,
probably
they
probably
gave him
did.
like a peanut. He's zombie killed.
Because
They had to.
yes,
They had to have trained them,
Mm-hmm.
they had to have, obviously. Yeah.
and that's not how people learn. They don't learn.
In
through
a way, they
training.
do.
Not on.
In a way, every animal does.
You don't give a
learn-
kid treats, do you?
No, but
Not in school. You don't get. You only get punished.
I was thinking more about like when you do something good, you get the whatever you did, you get the positive like feedback of it. Like whatever you like, if you just cooked a meal, you get to eat this meal now. Like that's what I meant.
We get fulfillment
Yes.
from it. I think we get that on a level that they might not. I think they might just be satisfying a biological need.
Yeah.
Because cooking to us is more.
I just wish
right.
animals were like more advanced.
Animals don't cook. What animal cooks? We cook.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
You know.
How come no fucking animal like monkey
don't
ain't
need
discovered
to.
flame yet?
I guess
Well,
they
they,
don't
they,
need
they,
That
didn't-
is-
they
to.
didn't
We are
need-
beasts of like excess. Sorry.
Yeah.
They don't need processed food either. Like if a human currently tried to eat raw meat, that would be fatal, or it could anyway.
Yeah, unprocessed. It's
Unless you're the
terrible.
liver
Processed food
kid,
is bad,
apparently.
though.
But
You don't want processed food.
well,
It's
processed
safer.
food includes
Yeah.
just burning it.
Yeah, just
I
cook,
thought processed
making
food was
sure-
just like shit for you, and it was
No, the
Processed
reason
food is
it's
just
called the
anytime you
process.
change food.
Yeah, it's going through a process. It's going on the belt.
Yeah.
It's getting all the bacteria scrubbed out of it, and it's getting cut into pieces, made into like a goo, and then resolidified into a rectangle.
yeah okay, but like when you get like a steak at a restaurant, that is not I wouldn't that is not processed.
It
food.
has been
is,
through
yeah.
a process though. They probably got that out of a bag.
I don't know.
Not
I
even
want to
if it's
look
not
up a
from a bag.
I want to look up a definition of what processed food is,
This is I had got that because I was looking up the carcinogens.
because I don't know apparently.
So this is, I mean, technically that's not really what is the word we're looking for?
For what?
Technically, process.
So
This is like, all right. So the reason why doctors consider processing to be cooking it is because if you eat too much of like,
yeah, no,
something that's
steak
been
would not
burnt.
be processed food.
yes, it would.
No, it wouldn't, because if you're taking one form of food and putting it into another, you're just cutting a piece of meat off a cow and cooking it.
Through a process.
Process-
The cooking.
Through a okay, so that means every
the-
food
the
ever. That
cow-
means a vegetable because it was washed is processed food. There's no way of
No. Why
No,
would washing
the
be
cow is
processed?
going into like a machine, and he's getting his
No,
head
it's
popped
not.
open,
yes,
and
yeah.
then he's getting cut up into specific pieces, labeled and packaged and cleaned and inspected for specific parts. If you get a piece of meat that's like rotten, a guy is gonna go throw that away. This is oxidized too much. There's a process, man. Everything we eat is processed.
It's not everything we eat. You're not supposed to eat only processed food.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
So if that's the case, you just can't eat. You can't survive healthily.
Well,
then.
like Freddie, like the United States has an issue with obesity. Like,
Yeah,
where do
but,
you
like-
think that stems from?
But like, there has to be food in the United because people choose
There
to
is.
eat the most unhealthy food,
But that organic
It's
vegan shit
availability.
is expensive.
but not vegan.
That organic whatever.
And vegan is 100% processed.
What's cheaper?
But still, it's expensive.
Yeah,
What's
more money.
cheaper, McDonald's or Panera?
yeah, but
That's it.
Panera is definitely more expensive. But
So you're going
But-
to McDonald's.
And Americans
yeah, but like
more
Panera
processed than
isn't
Panera.
even
Americans
that
like water
great,
take the
though.
path
I'm
of
not-
least
it's not great food.
I'm not saying that it's great food, but it's definitely better when it comes to sort of the quality and health of it. And that's where the price comes in. So
You're paying for it. It's cheaper to process it.
now it lasts
It makes
longer.
it easier to
It's-
ship. It makes it last longer.
He's not a fan of the
He's
processed
having a
food.
crisis of like,
I am.
It's,
but
existential
you're going to be
crisis.
okay. I promise you. It's
we're all gonna die.
we are. I mean,
regardless of what we consume, you're going to die.
Yeah,
Um,
my diet of blinker hits and Red Bulls is not exactly an unprocessed diet.
okay, this is what it says though. Processed meat is meat that is cured, salted, smoked, or otherwise preserved in some way. So that's what I'm saying. Not all steak is processed then.
All the ones we get now. If you're going to like Longhorn Steakhouse, you're getting processed steak.
Yeah, but still, there is steak out there you can get.
I wonder if freezing is also considered a process.
Yeah,
Deep freezing is, yeah.
Freezing.
preserve, otherwise
Putting it in the
preserved, such
freezer.
as bacon, sausage, hot dog. I mean, obviously.
Because we only now know how to freeze food. Unless you lived in the Arctic or something. Like we have this control over this.
Wait a second.
Where the cold's
red
at.
meat.
Yeah. We have like, I guess the best way to describe it is we have little bubbles of reality. that
Which
we
is why
get to
we-
manipulate.
Oh yeah, and that's what we were gonna put the man.
Okay, yeah. Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys. I was right.
Yeah.
No, bro. Steak. If it was cut from the animal, it ain't processed.
So, all right.
So
Once
okay.
again, though, like I was saying, it's going by the doctors. If you consume too much steak that has been cooked, then it can make your intestine or something. It'll ruin the lining of it, and then you're more likely to get cancer. It's a carcinogen.
Hmm.
I
It's
knew
also
about red
considered,
meat. Yeah.
it's also considered processed through that. That's why. This is what doctors believe. So
That's
if
probably also
you
what
don't,
they say, too.
you're concerned about your health. This is what
I
the
ain't.
doctors are saying.
No,
We
I
looked
ain't.
it up, and now
I ain't really concerned about health. I'm concerned that you're not supposed to. What's it called? Like for me, I don't give a fuck. I was eating that shit anyway. But there's people out there that try to be healthy, and that ain't possible apparently in this country
Well,
or in this world, I guess. Cause
you know how like
There are
those
those-
citizens work.
the third world countries are pretty healthy,
yeah, that makes a lot. That kind
which is ironic, isn't it?
Hmm.
But you know.
Well, no, because they're living in like bog water. They don't understand boiling stuff.
Yeah,
Those are
I mean, when it
third
comes to
world
water, they're struggling. When it comes to actual food, though, technically it's more natural.
countries. This is true.
No GMOs. There's no.
Yeah.
Hey, that's
fresh
why,
chicken,
You
turkey,
see
beef,
those
pork, and
Maasai
fish.
people, like you know about the Maasai people in Kenya? They're like
I've heard of
a
them.
tribe.
Yeah.
They live like a tribe. They're like scavengers, and they are all jacked. Like they're all in phenomenal condition because all they do is run around all day and hunt.
I see. And but by jack, do you mean like they're sort of
They're all like built,
like bodybuilders?
muscular. Like,
Really?
They're strong.
Now, usually when you see those tribesmen, they're
Mhm.
pretty. They are like
They're lean, but they're strong.
yeah, the lean though.
I guess you can see the musculature, man.
Like we're not talking about like LeBron James is here, right? Like these are more like who's someone that's more their shape.
Most people would kill for that physique, is my point. Something about the way that they're living is right.
There aren't yeah, I mean,
Nah.
just a sort of natural way.
Well, you see, I mean, we're not doing it right. Look at me.
Yeah, but we are doing it right in our own respective way.
By human standards, yes.
Yeah.
By nature standards, we're doing everything wrong.
Yeah, but like, whose standards do you give a fuck about?
Hey, we get to be the people, right? It's pretty great.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, it's not even the human standard, it's your own standards. I mean, if you want to fucking drop everything and live like that other guy, and you could probably do it, and you would probably have to become as physically inclined as he is, or
Sure.
you wouldn't survive.
Definitely. It's a need. Yeah, that need. It makes you better. That necessity. The reason polar bears are so fucking strong is because they have that increased necessity for hunting over the berries in the sand.
Increased necessity for hunting.
They need to be stronger. The Maasai, they got to catch their own food. They got to be dark as shit or they'll burn up. That's why they're in peak form. I don't know.
This is another thing to consider about that whole situation with the physique. You know, you may not look like a Kenyan, but you also don't think like a Kenyan.
Does a Kenyan look like you?
Specifically the Maasai.
He does look like you?
What? No, I don't look like a Maasai at all.
As a consequence of you not having the physique of a Kenyan,
Mm-hmm.
you probably know significantly more than the average Kenyan that you're describing here.
This is true.
These tribesmen are tribal, as in they lack a lot of.
It's very traditional.
They lack processed foods, bro.
They lack
That's why
processed
they're so
foods.
lean.
They also lack
So maybe-
academia and institutions.
Yeah,
that
that's why they're so
support
dumb, but
them.
that's also why they're
So
so
they'll
lean.
die. They'll die more to disease and like natural causes, and we're more likely to get cancer.
Yeah,
But why? Why is that? Like that is weird.
I'm glad you asked.
they
Well-
have sickle cell. That's a pretty big concern in Africa.
Yeah, but like, why is it that cancer is?
Ebola, that was pretty bad.
Why is it that
Cancer.
cancer is just like so like uncurable? But like, even though they be like killing college students that cure it, don't they? But
There's your body is your DNA specifically is constantly going through like mutations. Like you're probably 10% different than the day you were born genetically.
it's not that bad. That's
So-
not that bad.
What I'm saying though
10%.
is that this stuff and that stuff, maybe even this stuff, something about it just makes that process worse.
What, caffeine and sugar? And,
Carcinogens. They fuck up that process. And when that process goes wrong just enough and cells can no longer kill themselves, they start bundling up on themselves. And then they spread that terrible information of, I can't kill myself. We're just going to keep multiplying in this one spot until you got cancer.
Yeah.
that's a tumor growth.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
Mitotic division occurring at an accelerated rate because
Of the
cancer.
way we live.
Well, so like it's more so like you fucked around
And now
and
you're
it
gonna find out.
and it just so happened that now you're finding out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not even like you were asking for it per se.
Nope, just
Like
that.
it's like you're doing things that breaks down your body. Okay, but your body's naturally breaking down.
Yeah, they probably get more skin cancer. Honestly, on average, now that I think
That
about
is a
it,
good point.
they probably die at a younger age. But I don't know if you want to like. You
they
can't.
definitely die at a younger age.
You can't equating.
No,
long-
actually, no, I don't know.
I think equating longevity to like
You know what I think
the,
though?
the longevity of an individual, I should say, is not how you measure the success of a species.
Yeah, that's true. But also, those people that are like they're the elders
Mm.
that you're seeing, they probably are not as old as you think.
No,
Like they're living in the sun. Yeah, like they're living in the sun.
Raisin in the sun. Yeah.
Like their skin is not doing well, I would think.
They
They
can't
also
shave
are
really, like-
naturally they're developed to be in the sun for a lot longer than we are.
Yeah, that's why they're so much darker than us. We're tropical animals, humans.
Dude, we're just crazy animals.
We
Like,
are.
how do we become? Like, think about this. There's no other animal. This comes back to what I was saying about how other animals should evolve, or like
We've transcended
Become-
environments.
We have.
we become so
We're
like
outside of nature.
we don't care so much that we're just chilling here, fucking record a podcast. We don't have to care about our survival at all.
Yeah, dude, nature sucks.
Yeah, dude.
Society's all about trying to get away from it.
That is true.
But now it's come to a point where
Everyone wants to get
we
back to
almost have none of it left.
We are actually starting to implement more nature into cities.
We gotta.
Things like
We're starting to feel better.
Central Park, right? Like the idea.
You know what that reminds me of?
We don't want to coexist with animals.
No.
But that reminds
But
me
we do love controlling them, though. We love
Yeah.
pigeons.
The reason we like
hate
dogs
seagulls.
is we control what they eat. But when rats coming through and they start taking what they want, once we have to compete, because evolution is all about competition.
Right.
Once we gotta compete, we start getting pissed.
That happens to even a spider. You see a spider in your room, you have to get rid of it. It's
when
going to do
you-
nothing to you.
You gotta squish it. And when you get
It's
pissed,
your space.
you make progress.
Well, so you
Or
certainly
you
well,
kill in the process.
you
What's
perform
the-
change.
You take
Oh.
action.
But progress, to me, should be beneficial. It should not be something like relinquishing the life of an animal.
I agree.
But
What if it's to eat that animal, though?
that's progress, because then the consumption.
competition.
Not only that, the culinary arts.
Well, we don't provide competition, bro.
No, we don't have
in the
it. We're
Unreal
trying to
Race,
get
they
rid of
fucking
it.
bronze.
We don't like it. We don't like competition. We're trying to get rid of it.
Well, we don't have. That's the thing.
We're trying to even
Like
get rid
you
of it
said, we
amongst
don't have
ourselves, too.
competition.
Yeah. That's
Like,
why
at least-
racism exists. We don't even want to
Yeah.
share with our own kind.
And well, the liberals have gone about trying to remove any competition whatsoever.
The dream is wealth, right? The dream is to get so much shit, but you can't get so much shit without taking from someone else. Like, if everyone at this table flipped a coin, and let's say every time it came up tails, you got to give your quarter to somebody else, eventually one of us is going to end up with all the quarters.
Wait,
Did I lose it?
no, you didn't. But like, yeah, because we're gonna. Yeah, that's like poker.
We can-
Eventually, someone's gonna end up with all the
Someone's going to
chips.
end up with everything. I don't know why humans keep doing that. Because we love it. We want all the chips.
So
And sometimes getting all the chips means pushing the animals out.
here's a very interesting thing. You know of Bohemian Grove.
Bohemian Grove. Vaguely.
So this is like it's I say secret. It's not really a secret. People know about it, but it is a highly exclusive club reserved for politicians, celebrities, and the like,
Hmm.
and also really wealthy people because they're also apparently significant.
Yeah.
Like Epstein.
Remember Jeffrey's Island?
Jeffrey's up.
So it's a very exclusive club, and they like burn this effigy of a child, and there's like they believe in the god Moloch, who is the owl god of
That's
knowledge.
just bollocks.
Which strange is he's also related to the devil. So, but I mean, even
Knowledge is the original sin, right?
it is, yeah, the apple.
Knowledge is power. No, remember that fucking that guy?
I guess in the Bible.
He's like knowledge. Remember that?
Yeah, knowledge is power. So I guess
Knowledge.
maybe I've been reading the Bible too much, but I guess that taking that fruit was taking power from God and giving it to
Yeah.
ourselves in the form of knowledge. In
Well,
awareness.
and not even he specifically said to Eve, "Don't eat the apple."
And yeah,
And then Eve said, "Well, the snake wants me to, so I guess I will."
yeah.
Is
What?
snake
The
devil?
snake
Is
is
snake
a-
supposed to be devil?
the
I've never even
snake-
read
So
Story
technically,
of it.
so that's from the Old Testament, and technically the devil is nowhere to be found anywhere in the Old Testament. He only shows up in the New Testament as soon
Right.
as Jesus has arrived.
So he's kind of retrospectively the devil.
So you can think of like, and Jesus and God also says that humanity is wicked on a multitude of occasions. So you can think of it like the devil exists in spirit form, and then he's incarnate as soon as Jesus is born or dies.
Damn, bro, religion's crazy.
We're running out of
We are.
We should wrap up.
time. Or we could save them for next week.
Good
Are you
save.
gonna remember them? You gotta write them down then.
Well, we'll remember.
Alright.
We'll remember
Alright,
all
alright.
this. We'll remember.
Well, yeah, I'll still be thinking about Baldur's Gate.
But that's the thing. It could our whole perspective.
One of them was a
could
joke.
change.
We already talked about the other two, except for the animals in the fight. But now we're talking about competing with other animals. I think we pretty much covered that list.
Yeah, for the
The
most
thing is,
part.
and we could have more to talk about for Baldur's Gate. 'Cause me and Jeff could be in a campaign.
campaign.
We could be.
You're
By the
always
time-
invited. I know
Yeah,
you're
you
not
are
a gamer,
invited.
but if you have a PC,
I don't have a PC.
It's not only on PC. Or is it not
I don't
crossplay?
think it's crossplay. And it's
Is
not
it?
gonna
It might
run
only be on
It's not
PC.
going to run on a laptop. Anyway,
Yeah, it's not.
this has been Cave Convos.
Wow, it's only been 40 minutes.
It has.
Yeah.
Wait, really? Only 40? Did
Yeah.
we start late?
We started a little late.
Should we keep going? Or should we
What time is it?
It's 55.
at least for another 5.
Oh, yeah, we do
Yeah,
that.
we'll do the last 5.
Okay.
We'll talk a little about these games.
Yeah,
I did
we'll,
wanna
we'll,
talk about
we'll
it.
start this because I know nothing about it. So at the very least, let's introduce ourselves, and then we can discuss this episode 5.
Right.
Yeah, we can discuss if we actually.
Like the gate.
The
How,
game-
so how would you describe this game?
It's like it's kind. I've never played it, but it's like it's in the world of Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
Hmm. It's a role playing game. It's like a strategy type, top down, almost like a tabletop put into the game, and everybody makes their own. You can play with other people, which is like my draw of it. Everybody like makes their own character, but another like aspect of it that people really like is that every party character is distinctly like fleshed out. Like each character has different endings, and you achieve them through different dialogue like options. So you can go into the game and you'll be like, all right, my guy's an asshole. I'm gonna pick all the asshole options and see what ending you get.
And another, that's the thing. Like every choice you make, that's another draw to it. Every single like dialogue choice you make will affect like something. And,
Yeah, someone will approve of it and someone will disapprove.
That's cool.
Even your party members might fight alongside you with it. Like my friends have, we've settled arguments with in-game money. Like, okay, you fucked me out of this. Give me 100 gold, and I'll forget it.
And so there's a lot that you can do per each game,
There's just so much like freedom to
and
do whatever
just
you
as
want.
well, every time you play the game, it's a familiar but new experience.
Correct.
That's
From a
incredible.
different perspective. It's so fun, man.
there's a reason it won Game of the Year.
Yeah. It
Now,
puts all the other games to shame.
No, in my opinion, it doesn't. It doesn't put the other games to shame.
is it?
but-
It's got a lot
It's
of
not a
depth to it.
triple
though.
A studio, dude. It's made by people.
It
who
doesn't put them to
are
shame.
genuine
It's all I'll say.
Okay, Tears of the Kingdom is great.
It doesn't put it to. It doesn't shame Tears of the Kingdom and Alan Wake fucking 2 or whatever. Like it's not shaming those games. It's a better game entirely. I will.
It's a
say,
better
but-
game, and it was made by a much smaller team. I guess over more time, but a much smaller team with a lower budget,
Yeah.
and they made the best game.
Yeah, they did.
That's pretty impressive.
But hey,
That is impressive. An
I want to
underdog
say it was
story.
still an
Yeah.
amazing year for gaming. There was so many. There was so many good games that came out this year that
yes,
were in
it was a
the.
pretty good game.
But the game Baldur's Gate 3 is just so much better than all the other games.
There's so much.
And I know nothing about it. I really should. I'm gonna watch like some playthroughs or something at least because I have to get some frame of reference.
We
here.
got to do a campaign right now.
Yeah, we do. Now I feel like I gotta fucking get it.
You can transform into a bear if you want.
And
You
then-
can,
and the
pick a
big
guy
thing-
that right in the beginning of the game. You can pick a guy that can transform into a bear.
That's incredible.
And a big thing in the game, it's not a big thing, but a big thing that came
Yeah.
out, like everyone was talking about when the game was first launched. There's like a whole like storyline where you end up fucking a bear, right?
You can fuck the bear if you
Yeah.
want.
Okay.
Another guy who can turn into a bear.
So that would be another player that you have the
No,
capacity
an
to.
NPC.
Okay.
Yeah, you
all
can
right.
romance all of them
That's-
as anyone, or you can just be totally aromantic paladin and just succeed the mission. It's entirely up to you.
What is the significance of getting a romantic partner in the game?
Get a different ending, different like dialogue. Like even the characters, the way they're mocapped will start being different. Shadowheart will go from, I guess I'll talk to you to, hey daddy.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they put a lot of effort
So
into this
much.
game.
The acting is phenomenal.
Wow.
Some of the best acting in gaming. I mean, Astarion, the gay vampire, and anybody who asks, who is Astarion? Everyone's going to say the gay vampire. He won like best voice actor.
Okay.
He won an award for it.
And
Everyone was pissed about that though. A lot of people.
people are also mad Margot Robbie
lot of
didn't
people-
win Best Actress, but who cares?
Yeah,
really?
dude, that's not deserved, bro. Like, let's be real. Like, that's not deserved.
That was not a great performance.
Like,
I
it's a
wasn't
good
blown
movie,
away
like-
by it.
It's as good as it needed to be,
It's
but
a
it was
good
nothing
movie, and, like,
special.
It was
Wasn't the
garbage.
movie itself nominated for shit? Like, everything about the movie can't be nominated.
Every time a movie
Doesn't
that
have to
comes
be.
out that pushes like a narrative like that, people are gonna start buzzing about
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
you know? It was a fine movie. I liked it.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was
funny.
fine.
The
Yeah.
messages are
It had its
not
moments.
for me to interpret. but-
Yeah. They said a lot of stuff that wasn't even like controversial and like needed to be said. It was just weird.
I
just thought,
know,
like,
dude.
Okay. It's
Like,
like,
what,
Yeah.
like,
I guess we can talk about that.
People are like almost fighting for the ideas of the movie over the actual movie. It's weird.
Hmm.
It was a good movie. I'm not shitting on it.
but like, damn, bro. But
But
like, what?
Oppenheimer was better.
Like, I don't understand.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. How much did it matter?
It's annoying that like, how come Margot Robbie didn't like get nominated for like best female or like best actress? Like, there's no other actresses that it like they just like disregard everyone else. Like, it was the only piece of fucking media, and she has to be nominated.
There were like, and if you look at the other actresses too, it's not like they're like C-listers. Like these were people who were part of movies that performed well and were also critically acclaimed, and they were artistic.
Big deal.
Like, well, why should they not get recognition just because Margot Robbie was a part of Barbie? Like, how does
Because
that
it
make
would
any
have lined
sense?
up with the message of the movie.
Yeah.
If she won.
No, I don't think it would have.
Which doesn't make sense because fucking an actress has to win Best Actress.
Yeah,
It's so like I don't understand.
it wouldn't have been a problem if Ryan Gosling didn't get
Yeah,
nominated.
you got nominated for
This
like
is
Best
true.
Supporting.
That is a bad look.
You know what I was thinking about? though?
that's-
screams didn't
yeah.
watch the movie.
That is
Not really
that's-
though. In my opinion, not really. Like, let's be real. Like,
His
whose
performance-
fault is that? They made him the comedy relief of the movie. They made him like the most like.
He is the most likable character.
Yes, they
Yeah.
made it like everyone liked that character.
But I only like him because maybe I'm speaking from the perspective of a guy, I should say.
Okay, yes, I am too.
Well,
but
apparently
like
you're speaking
he's-
from the perspective of everybody.
But yeah, because
Even the critics who are part of these Hollywood boards that rank these people, they've got females in there.
Yeah.
It's not like the females were like, oh yeah, it should be Barbie.
They wrote the movie too. It's their movie.
It's
they
it's
wrote
nonsense.
Ken to be
It
what
is
he was.
literal nonsense.
Yeah, and we like him.
Like they wrote Ken to be a
But
likable
To
fucking
be fair, you put Ryan
character.
Gosling.
That he was being a dickhead at
And
some
you
point.
casted
but, like,
Ryan
but he was being
Gosling.
a dickhead like a
What
guy.
did you
Yeah.
want?
And we love a guy.
And like yo,
Guys are guys.
do people like really
Just do
complain
you.
that they're like the song "I'm Just Ken" like dude, that should have won.
Yeah, 'cause
Let's be
some-
real. That was like the biggest when that came out. There wasn't a motherfucker on this earth that wasn't singing
Yeah.
that shit.
They were saying the Billie Eilish song that like played in the credits should have won because it was more like impactful, but everybody remembers them just then.
Yeah,
I didn't even remember Billie Eilish was in that movie.
I
at
didn't
all.
either till someone told me.
I didn't either. I knew she was like one of the other nominees. I didn't know it was from that movie.
Yeah, she did like the scene where the grandma was like, "No, you want Bobby? I give you a vagina. You know, with
Wow.
my magic." And then her music.
I remember that.
It was beautiful.
This is the creator of the Barbie.
The creator of the Barbie was like, "You get to be a human now."
Oh
Yeah.
shit, I do remember
And the
that.
reason I mention that specifically is because they make a joke about her going to the gynecologist for the first time.
Yeah,
I did watch the movie, people at home.
I also watched the movie.
I did also watch the movie.
It was kind of a hard watch. Like it's like a chore to watch the whole thing through.
It's fun to look at. I like the colors.
The colors.
Yeah, it's colorful.
Yeah, it's got colors.
If nothing else, I can look at the colors. Just like my caveman ancestors.
Yeah, but like that's like, it's like
That's how Ken would have watched it.
it's. I saw this. I was watching an episode of SpongeBob, and he got a tree from Sandy,
Mm-hmm.
the Patrick Star, and he brought it to the Rock, and he started showing it television shows that were just like Barbie, pretty much, and the tree started turning into Patrick, and like that's exactly how I felt watching that. I just this was somehow making me worse.
It's turning you into Patrick. I mean, no, you know what? It's trying to turn you into the kind of person that they idolize in that
The
movie.
kind of person that would want to buy a Barbie for their daughter.
But I think any movie that pushes a message is going to try to change you. Like, I think the goal of art in some capacity is to change the person watching it. I don't think I should fault it for that.
Well, it depends on what the message is too,
But
though.
sometimes it will change you. It is all about like what you consume. So maybe being more aware of like what they're talking about with the patriarchy and the feminist art was good, bringing it to like a younger audience. I can't speak for how well they did it. I'm not qualified. but-
It came at a really weird time too, because there's already so much effort that's been put into bringing women into executive positions.
So I'm like,
So like Kamala Harris, like she's been a vice president for how long now?
yeah.
Like, was it really warranted to discuss these topics that society's already been working through?
It's like, but then again, that's, you don't say we should stop making movies by like Jordan Peele just because Obama was president.
I think Jordan Peele should maybe slow down on making movies. I'm not a big fan of some of his later ones. Get Out was pretty good,
Get Out's the best.
but like the Alien one.
What is it
it
called?
was
Like
fun.
Nope? Is that one called like Nope?
I didn't even see it.
Yeah,
Nope.
I like Nope actually,
But
but I didn't.
would you say it's
remember
the same quality?
it. Not as good as Get Out?
He was a one-hit wonder.
I don't want to count him out yet, man.
What's it called,
I
bro?
don't
Like
know
he ain't
either.
a one-hit
They
wonder.
say the first
but-
Steely Dan album's the best. I disagree with that.
Is that real? Is the best Steely or is the first Steely Dan album Can't Buy a
Can't
Thrill?
Buy a Thrill. It's the first one on Spotify. I'm not.
Yeah, they probably have it. I mean,
Or like 10. 10 is the most popular Pearl Jam album. It's the first one. I don't know.
I don't know what the most popular Grateful Dead album would be.
I guess when you watch a great movie like Get Out, you start having expectations.
Like just like Baldur's Gate,
So maybe that's on us.
Well,
you have expectations.
I would hope though.
You're
Like
saying that. Wait, hold on. Yeah, you have to your high
I
expectations.
expect Yeah, I expect you'll at least enjoy Baldur's Gate. I could
No,
totally
no, no.
be
But
wrong.
you're
I'd be
saying
sa-
that it ruined other games.
It put him to shame.
It
Made him
put
look
him to
bad.
shame.
Made him look.
Which
Okay,
I disagree.
I don't mean maybe not the Game of the Year nominees, but when you look at Ubisoft, which has like
Yeah,
a billion,
okay.
trillion, quadrillion dollars, and they just push out dog shit,
Assassin's Creed.
dog shit,
Yeah.
yeah. And then
Yeah.
this one company takes the time to like hone in this perfect game for like 17 years.
I actually watched like a video about the
Nearly 2 decades.
like
really?
the head developer or whatever. I watched a video about him and like his fucking journey about You might have fucking sent it to me. Now I'm thinking about it.
I don't think
I don't think you
I don't
did.
watch a lot
maybe,
of
but
those like behind the scenes stuff.
It was just it was about like his like earlier games that he fucking made and how he got into that. But whatever.
And that's the guy. That guy is the smart beaver, man.
He is.
That guy, Gabe Newell's a smart beaver. Those guys are going to change the world for the better.
But like,
At least for the businesses I like.
how can a game like Baldur's Gate
For
though
the
like
interactive entertainment industry.
The interactive entertainment
like how
industry.
can it transfer into a game that's not that genre? Because like realistically, let's look at what Zelda is in that genre. There's so much you can do in that. Like what? Like there could be more. Like there could be more. But like, how much more do you expect from other games?
What?
Like you know what I mean? Though, like it's like I remember that developer when he said don't expect this like level or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that is bullshit. I think that is bullshit. But like.
That's why they won't make Half-Life 3. It'll
But like,
never live up to
like
the
how
hype.
like they spend so much time making Tears of the Kingdom. Like that, it's not as good
But
as.
here's the thing: is that when they were making Tears of the Kingdom, they already had the whole world laid out. The reason Breath of the Wild was so exciting is because they just made this huge new world, whole new like environments, and it's new.
Yeah.
Baldur's
So
Gate.
yeah, so
We've never seen a game like this before. Baldur's Gate 3.
we never seen a game of Breath of the Wild before.
Exactly. That's why they're such great games.
Yeah.
So Tears of the Kingdom, I wish. it was
Well, okay,
a
so
little more
just
different.
replace what I'm saying with Breath of the Wild.
If Breath of the Wild came out this year, I probably would have voted for Breath of the Wild.
I voted for Tears of the Kingdom simply because I never played Baldur's Gate, and because I have played Tears of the Kingdom, and I knew it still wasn't gonna win, so I just want to throw my vote out there. But
Baldur's Gate has a much better replay value than Breath
Yeah,
of the Wild.
yeah,
I only
100%.
played Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom once, and I played them for like 100 hours each. Baldur's Gate, though, like I just cannot stop making new characters and picking different choices. I haven't even beaten the game yet because I keep trying to do it differently.
You haven't beaten it
I
yet.
haven't even beaten it yet.
Wow. How long have you had it for?
A long time since it came out,
a long time.
which was last year.
That's incredible.
Like some of it.
But that's a really great game, though.
It's
Like that's exactly how I felt about Skyrim.
so much love for it.
For like the first couple of years I owned it, I never finished the main story.
Mhm.
But I had like 14 days, you know,
I'm still-
in every playthrough.
I've still never finished the main story of Breath of the Wild.
Never finished it.
I never went to the final castle. I've done everything else.
Hmm.
I don't even fuck
You
that.
never want to do it again.
Yeah, you never want to play.
Wow,
Like
that's so disappointing.
It is because it kind of front loads itself. It's all about the newness and the discovery of it, and it in terms of like an experience, it's pretty much unmatched. Not even Baldur's Gate was anything close to as like holy shit, this
Breath of the
is
Wild.
magical. Yeah,
yeah,
this is that's the word, magical. I'm fucking 21 now. Nothing's magical to me, but that was
Breath of the Wild
magical.
was magical.
I guess I wasn't 21 then, but I guess my point is
how much?
that
I want to know.
it's only magical once.
I want to know
That's
what a
I
Zelda
see.
game or any game would have to do. But I'm just thinking Zelda because in only recent years, in my opinion, these are the biggest games that have. Or really, Breath of the Wild is the only game in recent history that's done even close to what Baldur's Gate did.
Yeah.
Like, what would they have to do to make you like have that moment again? That it's like, oh shit, like this is fucking the obvious game of the year winner. Like these two games we're talking about were.
Different, because they give you the same tools every time.
Not in Tears of the Kingdom.
In Breath of the Wild, they give you the same tools every time. And you get the 5 main tools, and the tools are more versatile in Tears of the Kingdom. They get the same tools. In
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate, there's a cutscene where a guy tries to get you to smear shit on your face. But if you're a barbarian, you can scream so loudly at him that he eats the
yuck.
shit.
Wow.
If you're the big scary guy, or if you're a wizard, you can like detect like, wait, there's bad magic in here. Something's weird, and it's different every time. Or a door you couldn't normally get through. I'm a rogue, I lockpick it. Different way.
So in a way, though, what I'm hearing is don't expect this from any other game that isn't the same genre as Baldur's Gate.
Well, if I was playing like Tears of the Kingdom, and let's say there's a puzzle where there's an apple like hanging from a rope. If I only had the bow, I'm going to shoot it with the bow. If I only have the hand, I'm going to get it with the hand. So it does have those different ways of looking at it, but the fact that I have them all the time and in every run, I feel like kind of limits the replayability. Because figuring out, I guess I could do it this way, is like less satisfying than like I have the tools I built up to this. My character's been leading up to moments like these. I guess. Maybe it is a Baldur's Gate exclusive thing.
I mean, it seems like it a little bit.
Coming back to
because I'm thinking like other Zelda games that aren't the open world, that the ones that we play right now. Well, do they have that? No, because you get the things in the same pattern each playthrough.
Or even in like an Ubisoft open world, you're gonna get a bunch of different swords, but they're all gonna do the same thing. I like having.
But that's the thing.
I like
Zelda. You have in this game, you had the fuse. You had the
fuse was cool.
The fuse was cool.
A lot of player expression in Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, I don't think that Tears of the Kingdom was as good as Baldur's Gate. Like,
but it didn't take as long to come out either.
Yeah, true. But at the same time, realistically, like, but like Tears of the Kingdom they've been working on it since the second they started working on Breath of the Wild, because like you said, it's the same world.
Mm-hmm.
Like they just they
recontextualized it, and actually, and it was fun. Yeah. I got another 200 hours in the same world because they gave me different tools.
Yeah. But they're gonna have to make a whole new world.
But in Baldur's Gate, every new character, that's that new world, man. You can be a druid and be like, I'm one of you guys, let me in. Or you can be the freaking dragon guy and bite his head off. You get so much player expression.
Yeah, you do.
I don't know.
It seems like it is the Baldur's, or like the genre a little bit.
Baldur's basics.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of the thing with D&D is it's all about player expression, and I like that in a game.
I like that too.
You can cross path too. You can pick a guy who's half one thing, half another thing. You know, and that unlocks even more avenues of playing the game in a new way each time.
Right. It's almost as if
We've been going for a little while now, over the 5 minutes we talked.
Nobody's knocked, you know.
The game mechanics are conditional.
Conditional.
Yeah. It's like you can choose which game mechanics you want or do not want to be in the game.
Kind of is, depending on who you pick, or who you make, how you set up your party.
And that level of freedom, I don't know very many games like that. I have to say,
all the characters have different moral.
I can see why it won best game, because that is
amazing.
Truly something exceptional in the field of interactive entertainment.
Because it's more than a video game, in my opinion. Like
it's a story. It's like a movie.
Yeah,
it's a movie where you can pick your endings.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Like,
that reminds me.
It defies a lot of expectations.
It does, yeah. I mean, it's so much better than any other game that couldn't be really like this. Like you can't. I agree that you can't expect that anymore because it's done at this point. Like this is what more can you get out of it?
Baldur's Gate 4.
Yeah, like no one else is gonna be able to top it besides them, in my opinion. I mean.
Yeah, no one's gonna be a better beaver.
Have you guys ever seen those YouTube videos where you can make decisions and it impacts which clips you see?
Based on I know what you're talking about.
It's like Black Mirror.
Choose your own adventure. It's just like that.
That is the only time I've ever seen something like that.
But you're not even always consciously making the choices. It's like sometimes you realize you get an ability you wouldn't think you had just because of who you are.
I see.
Like I pick a dark elf guy and suddenly I know dark elf lore in the conversation. Which gives me a different dialogue and outcome.
That's really cool.
Or people will be racist towards me because I'm blue.
There it is.
And it will happen. People will be like, you're part of the evil race that lives underground.
Dirty, disgusting blue person.
Yeah, I think we should pick this up now at the next episode.
You think?
Right.
Because I am running a little bit low.
Right. My fault.
Well, it's been a pleasure as always talking to
we got to pick this
co-hosts.
up. Hopefully by the time we get the next episode, we'll have more to talk about Baldur's Gate and actually have story, I guess. We'll have our campaign going, maybe.
Okay.
The guys didn't watch it.
Look forward to that. This has been Cave Convos. I have been one of your co-hosts, Dare Bear, joined by
Freddy the Bear.
Polar Reg.
Yeah, Polar Reg.
And Jeff Grizzly.
See you next week.
Thank you very much for joining us again. We hope you hear from us soon. Goodbye. Yeah.